television to? What does he compare the television broadcast industry to?
It's one of the foundations of life.
Okay, compares it to one of the foundations of life. What are the other three?
Church, home, and
Church, home, and school. Right. Three foundational influences of life: church, home, school, and yet television is the fourth. So he's comparing them to that. How does television fare when compared to church, home, and school?
now or then.
As he's talking about it then. What does he say?
I think it'd be a surprise back then.
He says sucks.
Yeah.
Church, home, school. And the fourth influence sucks. Not doing a very good job. What else does he compare it to? What else does he compare it to? Compares it to church, home, and school. He also compares it to, very early on, magazines and newspapers.
Oh, yeah.
You should do what magazines and newspapers do. Right? So if you compare television, 1950s television, to magazines and newspapers, church, home, and school, how does it come off? Sucks. I mean, it's real shorthand. That's all you have to say. It sucks. It doesn't do a job doesn't do a good job. And Minnow says, can't you do better? Don't you have a conscience that says you can do better? What about today? If you were to compare television to magazines, newspapers, and let's add books in, because he does throw that in. He says, is there no place for reading the great literature of other generations? If you compare television to magazines, books, and newspapers, what would you say? How's it doing? Melissa?
I feel like a lot of times they're on similar levels.
Okay. So what has happened to magazines, books, and newspapers? Has television come up or magazines and newspapers come down?
Both.
But,
Both, okay. Both. You're saying you have more of a level playing field.
Yeah.
Let's
I
think
mean-
about.
Well, it's
Go
also-
ahead, Melissa.
Well, I was just gonna say a lot of books that people are reading are not necessarily great literature.
50 Shades of Grey.
Yep, or Twilight.
Twilight.
And also, like the good,
I read
the
a
good
good
minds
novel.
for communication are going to the TV industry now instead of.
You do have some migration of that, but the content of TV overwhelmingly is not intellectual,
No.
right? It's just not intellectual, and the intellectual programs, how do they do? What do you guys watch? Remember your mass
We don't
media
watch-
diaries.
we
You're
don't.
not watching intellectual programming.
Family Guy.
Family Guy, right? And we looked at Family Guy. We looked at how it's really shallow, and it really exists, much of the elusiveness of it, when it gives you literary illusions. It isn't so that you might think about this in terms of great literature. It's so that you might think about yourself and how clever you are.
But I also think there's people who look at the intellectual part of television.
There are, but I think they're in the minority. Just as Newton says, there's good stuff on television, but it's the minority. Here are the good shows, and I can name them on one hand. Right? I mean, if we think about what we watch on television, my new favorite, Welcome to Myrtle Manor. It's crap. It's crap. It is empty. It is vacuous. Teen Mom.
Awesome.
Who's the Teen Mom fan? Who's going to admit to that? Anybody?
I may have seen it, but
I've watched it.
Pregnant and 16.
They shouldn't do that.
16 and pregnant?
Yeah, whatever it is. As somebody said, who'd watch a show called 32 in a Stable Relationship and Expecting? No.
that could be on like TLC.
That makes
Well, they
sense.
No,
have,
not
like,
even
a
there.
baby story.
Huh?
Also.
Yeah.
Sense. 32
They
and
have the
expecting.
TV
Baby-
show,
baby story.
where it's like this
But if-
cute married couple having a child.
Yeah.
It's gross though. I don't
Yeah.
like it.
And nobody watches it because it's gross. What do we watch? We watch 16 and Counting.
19 kids and counting.
19 and
Yeah.
Counting, whatever it was.
Way more than 16. Come on.
19 and Counting. I can't keep up with them.
I think they're on like 23 now.
Kate and Nate.
Yeah.
Kate and Nate.
Plus 8. It's bad that I know all these names.
Yeah. We watch a lot of this, and as we watch it, it's junk, but we keep watching it.
It's like junk food.
It's like junk
You
food.
keep
What's
eating
the problem?
You
Okay,
keep
what's
eating
the
it.
problem?
It's easy-
Part of our problem
it's
is we
easy
make the
access.
wrong comparison, says Johnson, right? What does Johnson say that people compare video games to?
Books.
To books. What else does Johnson say people compare video games to? What do you get told when you've been playing a video game for a long time? What did you get told as a kid?
Go play outside.
Go play outside. Get out. Go play outside. Go play a sport. What did you play? Let me ask you that before we go on. What did you play? What are you playing? What did you play? Zach, are you playing anything?
Like video game?
Yeah.
I play a lot of Call of Duty.
A lot of Call of Duty.
As of late, especially.
Okay. Joe.
I like playing the zombies on the Call of Duty.
Call of Duty
Yeah,
Zombies?
it's fun game.
Okay.
A
Yeah.
lot of shooters, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So first-person shooters. What are you playing? Are you playing any games?
I don't
Megan?
know.
Everybody playing Angry Birds?
Oh yeah, I could play me some man.
No.
Angry Birds.
Come on,
yeah.
Angry
What else
Birds
you
right
playing?
there.
What else you playing?
So I'm addicted to
FIFA.
it.
Huh?
It's a soccer game.
Oh, FIFA soccer? UEFA soccer? Okay.
for soccer.
What else you playing? Playing soccer? You're playing Call of Duty?
There's some sports games in there, but I mean, a lot of
Anybody
shooters,
is anybody that you know playing the new equivalents of Myst and Riven, which he talks about Myst and Riven in here,
I don't even,
which are no longer being played. They're older games, but any of the fantasy games.
oh yeah, absolutely. Skyrim is a big one.
Skyrim.
Definitely.
I don't know what these things are, but people are addicted to that game. I've never heard
Skyrim?
of
Fun.
it. Like they
Fun
just
game.
want it all the time.
I'm scared to play Skyrim.
No,
That's
they
how
talk
it's.
about it all
Turn the
the
camera
time.
on Zach. I want to hear him talk about why he's scared to
Is
play.
that the one
Why are you
with
scared to
Hammer?
play Skyrim?
I don't know.
Zach?
Because Chad Wallenberg, for example, has put like over 100 and some hours into his character, and I'm afraid that everyone I've talked to that's ever played it, that's a gamer, just goes complete. That's all they want to do. So I don't want to play it. because I
Well, what
feel-
about Call of Duty? Don't you put a lot of time into Call of Duty?
Yeah, but it's not like.
You can disengage.
Yeah, it's a different kind of game. Like
Okay.
it's a role playing game,
Okay.
open world.
Well, I mean, Skyrim is a role playing game too. You
No,
have
that's
to
what I'm
assume.
talking about. That's what Skyrim is.
But don't you create an avatar in Call of Duty?
Not really. Like you follow a story. This
You
you
dress up
create
a
your
gun,
own story.
maybe.
Okay.
So
So you are hesitant to get involved in one where you create your own story.
yeah, because I mean, it's just like the hours that you can record on that are like it's almost impossible to beat the game.
Right.
With
Right.
Skyrim, it's like you're more personally attached to the game. Like that's how they made it. Like you are the game. You're
Right.
the character.
Right. So are you playing Skyrim, Joe?
No, I've never played it
I
before.
don't play that.
Melissa?
Like, Rob had me
I haven't played Skyrim, but I have
You
played
played a
Call of
lot?
Duty.
Rob had
What have you played?
Call of Duty.
Oh, you play Call of Duty.
You play Call of Duty?
She's really good at it. Yeah.
So is anybody? You can come back to me,
Yeah,
Joey.
she's pretty good.
Anybody in here playing or played Grand Theft Auto?
Yeah, I played Grand Theft
I
Auto.
played it.
I played a
Because-
lot when I was younger.
Because,
Okay.
yeah.
And is Grand Theft Auto going into a new iteration?
There is a new one that's coming out soon. I know that. I don't know when.
The last one I knew about was San Andreas Fault,
That was
and that's a while ago.
Old one.
This is,
yeah.
they've had the next one coming out is 5. 4
Yeah.
came out a while ago, a year or so ago.
What about Grand Theft Auto? Do you assume a character is? Do you build a storyline in Grand Theft Auto?
You do
Kind
not.
of.
kind of.
It's not as like there's a story, but you can. There's
You can figure out to do
decisions
random
as well.
stuff. Yeah.
Right.
But the
Right.
story's set.
So this is one of the things that Johnson talks about in this first section is video games. It's video games. And he talks about what's inherent in the video game and what's secondary to the video game. So I want to show you another video and get us to talk about something about much of online gameplay, particularly when you're playing multiplayer gameplay and you're playing online. I want to show you a video and we're going to ask, is this inherent? So you can stop the camera.